It's me. It's you. It's you. This hospital is awfully quiet. You take care of it. They're over here. I heard them as well. Go!
Michael, what are you doing just standing?
This is the hospital. No running, please. Quiet. Let me help you down.
Round one, fight! And welcome back to the Movie Hero Network. This is Tournament Fights number 277, our best movies of 1997 ladder series championship. I am your guest host this evening, Austin Pez Howell. Jordan is on assignment with his family. He's got about 89 family members coming in for the holiday, so he's already on assignment. They are getting things started early, so I'll be conducting the festivities this evening. So welcome. If you're watching live or on the replay, we certainly appreciate it. We'll be talking about, these 1997 movies, including one, maybe not all the best ones, as you noticed from the clip there, but a few of the oddball ones that are in there. We'll talk about them when we get there. But let's bring in our panel for tonight. He's been with us pretty much the whole week, and he wasn't supposed to be here tonight, but he stepped in last minute. Jonathan Caro, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
Yeah. So you get one more appearance from me this year. Yeah. So
One more,
consider
last
this
minute.
as a Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to everybody. The last episode before Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And there's some there are a few wacky movies in there for the championship, but I'm focusing on a couple of them just to make it at least to the final four. So let's see what happens.
Well, it wouldn't be tournament fights if there wasn't a few wacky matchups, as we all know. So that's what makes it fun. He's back from Wednesday night, back in the saddle tonight. We got Richard Schwartz is back. How's it going?
I'm good. Happy to be here, and let's just get right onto this. I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, no, we'll get right into it pretty soon. And back from Wednesday as well, we got Steven Shepard. Welcome, Steven.
Yeah, my top four of 97 made it to the championship, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, for sure. And yes, it was a very wacky year, Malcolm. Shout out to Malcolm for helping us once again make the brackets. As always, we appreciate it. He's just got the time difference, just gets him on some of these where he can't join us for all of them. Richie Goodacre will be here as well. He'll be along shortly. So we'll have a panel of 5 this evening. But yeah, how it's going to work tonight. We got a little half bracket tonight. So just 32 movies vying for that championship this evening. It's comprised of the Sweet 16 from part 1 we did on Monday and the Sweet 16 from part 2, all mixed up in here. Like I said, shout out to Malcolm for making our championship bracket here tonight. So again, I didn't make the matchups. This is what was set to me in the bracket. So we'll just see what happens and what kind of wackiness is ensuing. And he's here right as I'm explaining the rules. Richie Goodacre, you made it. How's it going?
Hey, it's great.
What's going on, sir? Welcome. No, it's just we're just about to get going here. But yeah, just a quick half bracket tonight. You guys know how it works. You're all tournament fights veterans, so just keep it relatively short. Just get your quick thoughts out there, and we'll keep it a good pace. Should be a fairly short show tonight, but a fun one as well. And yeah, the Elite 8 from tonight, whatever makes the Elite 8, will survive to the 1996 bracket when we get to that one. We won't get that one until February. I'll explain why here at the end of the show, but we will get to that in the new year. So, but whatever Elite date will not only be in our poll, but will be in the 1996 bracket. So that's how it works. So if you guys are ready, championship bracket means it's main event time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
All right, it's time indeed for the championship bracket. So let's do it. Let's see what crazy matchups we got tonight. And we're going to kick things off with Mad City versus the Devil's Advocate. So there's your little Pacino right off the bat. Aha. All right, so Richie, we'll start with you down there. We'll rotate the order each time, but you'll be up first, sir. And I will try. I told Richard I will try not to get it too confused with Richie and Richard tonight. That's why I at least got you guys separated by one person.
All right, cool. As I just because I wasn't here, is Jordan coming? Is he just
Jordan? No, I am hosting tonight. Jordan is with family tonight, so it's just me. It's just me, and the four of you. So we're just gonna have a nice
cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. In regards to this, I know of Mad City. I remember seeing it in video stores and and I was intrigued by it, but I haven't seen it. Devil's Advocate I've seen, and it's a nutty movie, and I don't mind it. So I'm going to Devil's Advocate.
All right, sounds good, Mr. Shepard.
Yeah, I think Mad City is very underrated, but I love the Devil's Advocate. Pacino is my favorite movie version of the devil. I mean, if we included television, I'd have maybe a different answer. But as far as movies goes, Pacino is the best. So I'm going with Devil's Advocate.
All right, Richard.
I am also going with the Devil's Advocate. I just love that movie. Mad City was good, but I just like the Devil's Advocate more.
Sounds good, Mr. Caro.
Yes, so I have seen Mad City a long time ago. That was okay. A bit flawed, a little cliched. Travolta is sort of like a madman in this movie, so it's fine. Let's get Mr. Pacino here. I mean, man, vanity, definitely my favorite sin. I mean, it was fun having to go off head to head with my boy Keanu. And Charlize. Gotta get up that ass there. Yeah. Well, I mean, Keanu asks, like, where does he fuck? Everywhere. But anyway, but Pacino, he's the MVP of this movie. He makes this whole film fun. Not the best movie about the devil. I think it's a little long, and Keanu does not perform the best Southern accent. Charlize is okay as well. I mean, yes, you get to see nude Charlize and nude Connie Nielsen, but the Charlize scene, though, is a little disturbing. But Pacino is a lot of fun and makes this whole movie worthwhile. So Devil's Advocate gets my vote.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a clean sweep here. Mad City was one of my few blind spots kind of going into the championship. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but I do love a good kind of hostage movie. You know, those are fun. But yeah, Devil's Advocate's a good time. And I know it's a little long, but I don't mind. I don't really feel the length. I think Pacino really carries it, and it's pretty damn entertaining. So I'll also go Devil's Advocate, and we'll sweep it. All right, so there we go.
I'm going to talk to Jordan and convince him to do a movie review show with you doing Al Pacino the whole time, just doing reviews as Al Pacino.
And you have to review all movies post Son of a Woman, because that'll be the caveat of that, because that's the era that he thought he went off the rails. So, all right, we got Jackie Brown. A lot of fun, though. Jackie Brown and Double Team. I had played a Double Team clip. Richie wasn't here for it, but I played a Double Team clip to open the show. Yeah, I know. We're just going to move it on. But, look. It's not one of the best movies in '97. It had a easy, goofy bracket, corner of the bracket. So we always have some of these. It's here. Jackie Brown wins. Okay, sounds good. We'll just move on. All right. We got Scream 2 and we got Conspiracy Theory. So, Steven, you'll be up first for this
one. Because I think I know where this is going, I'm going to go with Conspiracy Theory.
Okay. Richard.
I am going to go Scream 2. It's very hard. Like, Scream was a really good horror movie. It's really hard to have a good sequel. And I feel like Scream 2 was a really good sequel. I like Conspiracy Theory. It was fine. It's a good movie. But I just think Scream 2 was just as much fun as the first one, so I'm going Scream 2.
All right, Jonathan.
Yeah, Conspiracy Theory, decent movie. Strong first hour, had a lot of fun with it. Underwhelming payoff. Yeah, just underwhelming payoff, and it forces a kind of an unnecessary romance between Gibson and Roberts that doesn't quite work. Look, I'm turning into the guy like again. Scream. Look, Scream 2 at least is better than Conspiracy Theory. I like.
Well,
Scream
it's not going to end with 96 when we actually have the original Scream in here
okay,
again.
we got one more.
We got one more.
All right, but no, but Scream 2, and those are the two best, by the way. The Scream 2 is really good, so I'm going to move it on for now because it is very good, scary, compelling, and it's a lot of fun. So Scream 2 gets my vote.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with Jonathan. I would probably vote against Scream 2 if it was a 97 movie I was like more passionate about, but like I don't have a lot of passion for like Conspiracy Theory, and I've seen Scream 2 more, so that's my only logic. Like Conspiracy Theory is a serviceable thriller from 97, but yeah, I'll go Scream 2 for now, but if it goes against something I've seen more times or I'm a little more get a little juicier about, I'll vote for that, but I'll vote for now. Richie?
Yeah, I know my dad had Conspiracy Theory in his video shop because my dad owned a video store back in the day, and Conspiracy Theory was there, and I'd probably just never around checking it out. Yeah, I'd watch weird movies when I was a kid. I didn't go to the kids family section of that. I was like, is that kids movies? Yeah, but you know, sometimes.
Daddy, I want to watch Mel Gibson movies.
I want to watch a Mel Gibson movie though. That's going to go completely over my head. I don't want to watch Harriet the Spy in that movie. But I like Scream 2. I think it's good. It's a worthy sequel. But if Jerry O'Connell was saying to me in the middle of a cafeteria and embarrassed me, I'd probably break up with him. Scream 2.
All right, so Scream 2 will move on.
It's cool that Scream 2 moves on because today is the original Scream's 28th anniversary.
Oh, okay. Happy anniversary.
Look, it's Black Christmas's birthday, Godfather Part 2's birthday.
Yeah. Got Gross Point Blank and Volcano. All right. So
it's actually tough.
Yeah, this might be a tricky matchup. We'll see. Not for me personally, but maybe for some people. Richard, you're up first.
God, this is hard. I'm going Gross Point Blank because Volcano is just. I get confused with all the other disaster movies. They kind of blend in together for me, so I'm going Gross Point Blank for that reason.
All right, Jonathan.
Okay, let's start with Gross Point Blank first. Get it out of the way. I like it very much. One of my very first time watches of this year, non-new release wise. It's a lot of fun, great storytelling, and has a wonderful payoff between Cusack Driver and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Dan Aykroyd, yeah, I forgot to mention him. He gives a solid supporting performance. Popcorn. Okay, Volcano. I did not get a chance to talk about this. Yeah, can't go along with y'all on this one. Volcano, it starts out fun. I think it's a little dull because it just goes at a straight line so slowly. Let's stop the volcano. Okay. But there are parts of it that are fun. There's sprinkles of fun. One of the most disturbing deaths in film. Oh, man.
When he's jumping, he's trying to jump.
John Carroll Lynch, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. John Carroll Lynch's character. And Tommy Lee Jones does his Sam Gerard shtick in this movie. You could call it like The Fugitive 2. No, actually, no. U.S. Marshals came out after Volcano. So you could call it The Fugitive 1.5 or something. I don't know. But I'm going to go Gross Point Blank here. I think it's the stronger film here. And yeah, that's my vote.
Yeah, this is pretty easy for me. I think Gross Point Blank is good. It's a fun screenplay. Yeah, fun performances. But you guys know me; I'm ride or die for Volcano. I love Volcano. I've even watched it twice just this year. when I got my backlights for my TV because it's got a lot of fiery reds and oranges, and it just looks good on that. And then I showed my girlfriend for the first time, so it was fun times. I love a good 90s disaster movie, so I'm still going. I'm ride or die for Volcano. Richie.
Yeah, Gross Point Blank is really a good movie, really well written. One of John Cusack's one of my favorite John Cusack movies. I mean, it was great. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm right or die for Volcano, but I really enjoy it. You know, great sort of popcorn, turn your brain off flick. And yeah, I watched it. Nowhere near as much as Piz, but I've watched it a few times.
I don't think anybody's watched Volcano as much as I have, ever, because I've probably seen it over 100 times, legitimately. Like, I'm not even exaggerating.
So I watched it a few times, and yeah, it's fun. And you can't go past that poster. The coaster's toast. That is a great tagline.
It is. It is.
Volcano.
No, and I submitted it for when we did our posters tournament, and it made it to like the final four or something. I got it pretty far.
It is a great poster.
It's a great poster.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. A great tagline. Yeah. All right, so Volcano. All right, Steven, you're up, sir. Down to you.
Muted.
You are muted, my brother.
This is not going the way I thought it was going to go. Because I like Grosse Pointe Blank a lot, but I've seen Volcano more times. So I'm going to go with Volcano.
All right. Well, Volcano sticks it out. All right. There we go. All right. Moving on down to Men in Black, taking on Good Will Hunting. Ooh, tricky matchup here. All right. So we got to go with Jonathan first. Yeah, this is a tougher one. Good Better Movies in 97.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Good Will Hunting. Great movie. Yeah, love this movie. Top 64. There. Men in Black, I like it a lot. Actually, I liked it a lot more than I anticipated going in, like before I watched it on the VHS, and I had a lot of fun. Granted, I haven't seen it in a long time. Like, I think the last time I saw it was on cable about 15 years ago or something like that. But Men in Black is a lot more clever than I anticipated. But I'm going to vote Good Will Hunting for now. So Good Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this is a good matchup. These are both great, and yeah, two of the best of '97 for sure. Two of the best written movies, because you wouldn't even think Men in Black is like one of the best screenplays. No, it is. It's a really clever movie. Again, great Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones had a good year, at least in my view of Volcano and Men in Black. Some people might argue this was the better movie, like Caro for him, but I think he's great in this one for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've had Men in Black since I was a kid on video, and I watched it a lot. It's burned into my brain, and Good Will Hunting's great as well, but we see it a lot, so I'm going to go Men in Black. Richie?
Yeah, that's sort of my logic too. Good Will Hunting, I think probably if we did like 205 movies that show up the most important place, I think like Good Will Hunting is like near the top. It shows up here so often. It's a great movie, and it's it
shows up as much as Pulp Fiction, Jurassic Park, and Back to the Future, pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, I love Men in Black, and I when it came out more about Men in Black, and yeah, I defend most of the movies except for like the Men in Black International. I just think like Will Smith, he shines in this with his charisma. He's able to just really have fun with this movie, and he bounces off Tommy Lee Jones so well. And yeah, it's really clever. I even like animated series. I tried to play the PS1 game, it wasn't really good. So I'm going Men in Black here.
All right, Steven.
All right, this is actually not really that tough for me. I enjoy Men in Black a lot. It's it's a lot of fun, but Good Will Hunting is top 3 of 97 for me. So Good Will Hunting pretty easily.
All right, that's a close matchup so far, Richard.
They're both fantastic movies, but the tiebreaker is rewatchability. And as much as I love Good Will Hunting, it's a phenomenal movie. It's just not as rewatchable as Men in Black. I can always go back and rewatch Men in Black. It's just so much fun, so much like hilarity, so much heart into this movie. I'm going Men in Black. Just rewatchability.
All right, Good Will Hunting. Unfortunately, getting knocked out. Yeah. So there goes one of the Best Picture nominees of that year. But but to be fair, Good Will Hunting is a 2-time tournament fights winner, so it has got its flowers here on tournament fights, and I'm sure we'll see it again in somebody else's 64 or 128. I'm sure we will sooner rather than later. Yes.
Real movies and all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, if it ever pops up, we'll be happy to talk about that as well. All right, we got Titanic Best Picture winner, and Contact. Oh, tricky matchup. tricky. All right, so I'm up first on this one. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one because, I started watching Titanic, Steven. I swear to God, I started rewatching it because I have it on my Vudu. Contact, yeah. I started watching Contact. No, I've seen Titanic a bunch of times. I started rewatching Contact. It's been forever since I've seen it, and I was enjoying it, and I was enjoying just all the character actors that pop up in that movie, like kind of from every 10 minutes or so somebody else popping up. So I will finish it, but for now I got to go with the one I've just seen more, and I enjoy a lot, and maybe arguably the best disaster movie of 94 or 97. So I'll go Titanic. Richie.
Yeah, I mean, I probably my sort of name on here kind of gave away what showing my cards a bit, but Contact I've only seen once. I probably need you for a rewatch as well because I've heard really good things, and so I really want to go back and watch that. But Titanic, I always really loved it. It's weird that there's in the most sort of recent years there's been pushback on it. It's not actually that good. And I don't think they did. I feel like people just do that for contrarian reasons. I don't know. I think it still holds up, and it's still like this. Not only like a great sort of love story, just one great disaster film, and I think it's a huge achievement by James Cameron. So Titanic for sure. First
movie to ever gross $1 billion in the box office. Titanic. Yeah. So that's a hell of an achievement. Steven?
Yeah, as I said the other day, Contact is my second favorite movie of all time. Mm-hmm. And my favorite movie of 1997. But, Titanic is also in my top 5 at number 4 as well. So I don't mind that Titanic is moving on. But I'm still going with Contact.
Yeah. Well, it's not moving on just yet. Those aren't in point yet, but we'll see. Richard, we'll see where it goes.
I remember in the 90s, Titanic was like Avatar. Everyone was overhyping. It made me want to hate this movie. I watched it. It was a great film, but as I got older, I actually do love Titanic. It's a phenomenal film, great story. Contact was good. It just wasn't as good as Titanic was, so I'm going Titanic.
All right, Jonathan?
Yeah, sorry, Steven. No, but actually, you know what? Both of these are in my top 10. I made an impromptu top 10, and Contact was, I think, 10th. But it's a really underrated movie. Fantastic storytelling. Interesting perspectives about science versus religion. One of Zemeckis' underrated films, great performances, and an interesting third act where Jodie Foster goes on a journey to see aliens. I'll just put it that way. I don't want to spoil it. Contact's really good. However, Titanic is higher, and I think it's still a phenomenal achievement in terms of how constructed the storytelling is, and also the visual effects are. And also, we still talk about Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet as one of the best couples of all time. I mean, Jack and Rose, we still remember. So, Titanic gets my vote.
All right. Well, Jordan's not here to dunk on it tonight for the whole night, so I'm fine with Titanic going through.
There's still enough room for him to survive. Still mad about that.
There's room that door, damn it.
Right, but it's still cold outside, so if they hadn't either one of them rescued, they still probably would have both died had the rowboat not come around. So it's still very cold and they were wet, so they still would have died of hypothermia. But she barely survives. We're going down to Anaconda. There it is. Versus Donnie Brasco. And this is, and I'll throw it up for this one. This is definitely only on tournament fight situations for sure. So Richie, you're up first on this one.
And 1997 was good for disaster and creature feature. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, animal attack, creature feature, nature survival. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Good old popcorn movies. And while I like Donnie Brasco, I think it's decent. The one that has rewatchability is Anaconda. I think I think it's fun. Decent sort of J-Lo performance here. Jack Black's in this, right? Is he?
No.
No, he's not. Okay,
you're thinking about another 1997 movie. I mean,
okay, I know he's in
Anaconda has everybody else though, because it's like Jonathan Hyde, Owen Wilson, Eric Stoltz, J-Lo,
Ice Cube.
Danny Trejo's in the beginning of the movie in the opening scene. Everybody's in that movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I've seen it like twice. But yeah, I dig these movies a lot. They're just fun. They're just fun. And I feel like it relies on people's people's fears. Like there's a lot of people, including me, who don't like snakes, other than anacondas, and yeah, it does a good job. So it's a fun popcorn movie. So I'd watch.
I guess they're working on an Anaconda remake. I guess with Jack Black.
Oh, that's why the Jack Black sort of.
I don't understand. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why you got to remake Anaconda. Just make a snake movie. Just make like an animal attack movie with a snake.
But also,
I don't know.
Jack Black and Paul Rudd maybe it suggests maybe more comedic tone. But I'll go.
It's already funny. I mean,
well, that's what I mean. But like Anaconda's funny because everybody's playing it straight, and that's what makes it funny.
Yes.
Yeah, because John Voight is deadly serious with his goofy accent, and that's what makes it hilarious to watch. It's like, yeah, when people play it straight, it's like the Naked Gun. It's funny because they play it straight. That's the charm of it. But yeah, I feel like they're just going to be making jokey jokes the whole time when they do the other. Anyways, Steven, what you got?
Muted again before you.
Yeah, he's chewing.
There you
go. There you go.
I understand.
Okay. So on Wednesday, I voted for Anaconda over Boogie Nights because I was having fun. But this is the championship episode. So I guess I have to go for the better movie, which in this case is Donnie Brasco. So.
Okay. Richard?
I am also going Johnny Brasco. Anaconda's kind of fun, but if you're looking at a snake as like the great big horror thing, like, I don't know. It was really cheesy. It was still cheesy, but still fun. But I'm going Johnny Brasco.
All right, Jonathan.
This matchup is a fucking insult. Yeah, I gotta go against the snake. Hooah! Fucking snake. I'd rather go up against a fucking tiger than a fucking vehicle. Anyway, Anaconda. Very fun, amusing, hysterical. JLo's hot. Up with that ass, but gotta go with Donnie Brasco here. My own movie. Didn't have to play a mob boss here. That's okay. Johnny Depp was a great actor. Donnie Brasco. Ha!
All right. Yeah, I would have gone Anaconda. I'm going to go with rewatchability as well. I've seen Donnie Brasco once. It's a good movie. But I'm the animal attack, creature feature guy, kind of here on tournament fights. And I think Anaconda's a blast. And yeah, they were rocking around this time with those types of movies. And I think it's really, really fun. So which one would I watch first? Anaconda. But all right, but Donnie Brasco will take it. So we'll see if he can face off Pacino and give Jonathan a heart attack and make him lose his voice. and make sure Jonathan completely has a scratchy voice tomorrow. So we got Austin Powers versus Wishmaster, which made the championship. Steven.
I'll just say Austin Powers. Yeah, I'm not a fan of I know you like it, but I'm not a fan of Wishmaster.
No, that's fine. Richard. It's like this is like the bracket of like Pez's like favorite movies and nobody else's. So I'm fine with that. Richard.
I am also going Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Yeah. It comes to rewatchability and just so much fun. Austin Powers is always a fun time. Great movie. So I'm going Austin Powers.
Yeah. Jonathan.
This is actually tough for me because I'm not that crazy about Austin Powers movies. And I've never seen Wishmaster. And that was the one movie I was going to watch because of the running time. And unfortunately, I didn't have much time. So it is okay. Out of the three, it is my favorite. Let's make it interesting. Wishmaster.
Yeah, no, I mean these might be about, like, I would say they're on par. I'm a defender of Wishmaster as well. I think it's fun, especially if you're a horror fan. There's lots of great like little bit parts played by horror veterans, that pop up throughout. So if you're a big horror fan, this is right up your alley. It's Robert Kurtzman and Greg Nicotero kind of at the helm, so there's actually some good makeup and some decent direction here. And yeah, I think it kind of knows what it is. Like, it knows it's like a movie just about a guy twisting wishes and just having fun. and I think everybody kind of knows exactly what they're making. So I don't take it too seriously. And I like the first Austin Powers. It's probably still my favorite of the series, just because I think it's the most of like a straight parody of a James Bond movie. So you can catch all the references. So it's kind of tricky. But you know what? I'll keep it interesting as well. I'll go Wishmaster. Why not? Richie, I'll leave it up to him.
I appreciate the idea of keeping it interesting, but I can't do it because I haven't seen Wishmaster. Although I might get around to it. But yeah.
I actually think you would kind of have fun with it, Richie, if you ever get around to it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. But yeah, Austin Powers one. It's not my favorite one of the series, but I like it a lot. I like this franchise. Yeah, it's great, and I also like the BBC song at the end that slaps. The
BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3. Down. All right. All right. Austin Powers moves on, and that's the first out of the bracket. So there we go. All right.
Easy peasy.
All right, we're jumping to the other side here, and we'll see what else moves on. First round, we got Jungle to Jungle.
How did this get in there?
That is all Jordan Anderson and Richard Schwartz. Those are those two guys voting for it every damn round. So you can blame them. Versus Boogie Nights. Versus Boogie Nights. So please don't tell me, Richard, you're still going to vote Boogie, like Jungle to Jungle or Boogie Nights, please, because we're all voting Boogie Nights easily. Yeah.
I love Jungle to Jungle, but yeah, Boogie Nights a better film. But Jungle to Jungle is so much fun. But yeah, Boogie Nights is a better film. That's fair.
When's the last time you watched Jungle to Jungle?
About a month ago. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you. It's a good film.
Okay.
Anybody else chilling for it? No.
No, you don't like what you like. That's all good.
That's fine. All right, but yeah, all right. Boogie Nights is gonna move on. All right, so we got the Rainmaker, Francis Ford Coppola, and The Game, David Fincher. So Fincher versus Coppola. That's a good director matchup. All right, Richard, you'll be up first officially on this one.
I'm going The Game. I haven't seen the other one. I like The Game. It was a good film. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, really good matchup here. Yeah, I have not discussed both of these movies. Yeah, The Rainmaker is an underrated Coppola film. It's basically you root for this character to fight against the insurance company, taking advantage of the sick person there. And Danny DeVito's great in this movie. He has a fantastic character underneath him, and a great stacked cast there. The Game is really good too. Underrated Fincher as well. I don't love the end though. I think it's a bit flawed. However, I did enjoy the rest of the movie. This is very tough. The Game.
Yeah, no, The Rainmaker is solid. I like a good kind of legal thriller. I like John Grisham books. I wrote a lot of them in the 90s. But I'm gonna go with the one I've seen a lot more and I advocate for a lot. That's The Game. It's pretty. I would say it's not like top of the list of Fincher. I mean, to my top Fincher is still like Social Network and Fight Club, things like that. But I've always thought it's really underrated. It's one that I've showed a lot of people, kind of like Frailty, or I'm like, hey, you want to see like a kind of a hidden gem that people won't talk about, like watch The Game. And I've learned out a lot. I think it just gets lost in the shuffle when people talk about Fincher because it's sandwiched between Seven and Fight Club. Those are the two that people talk about all the time. And yeah, I think it's great. And I think it's a lot of fun, good twists and turns. And I dig it. So I'm going to advocate for The Game as well. Richie?
It was funny. Like I think on Picks and Lists a couple weeks ago, there was a pic of this. And I think me and Caro both had the same, in the same wavelength, that we're both writing A Perfect Murder. And then John Marr accidentally almost gave it away, and he was like, "Oh, this is not one of my favorite of this director's movies." And I'm like, I'm thinking, oh, it's probably a decent end director. So I rubbed it up with The Game, and then thinks that's sort of Caro, and then got the point. But I haven't seen Rainmaker. It's a big blind spot for me, but the Game is underrated and quite good. So I'm gonna get The Game.
Yeah, Steven.
You mentioned the other Seven and Fight Club. It's funny because those are my three favorite Fincher movies: Seven, Fight Club, and The Game. That's despite the fact that I agree. I think the movie would have been even better if it had ended 5 minutes earlier, with without giving away the fall.
Mm.
Um, but but it's still great. But you know what? I'll show some love to the Rainmaker because I like that movie a lot. It's one of my favorites of the John Grisham adaptations from that period.
Well, I think Coppola at least bounced back a little bit from making Jack, which we'll talk about in '96 when we get there. Because I always forget that's a Coppola movie, and I'm like, oh boy, yeah, how the mighty have fallen.
Does not look like a Coppola movie at all.
Yeah, no, like, not even
worse.
close. Yeah, so we'll talk about that in '97 because I'm sure it'll be in the '97 tournament, so we'll get there.
Wait, you guys don't like Robin Williams' Jack?
No.
No.
No, that movie is a misfire on every level. That movie.
Don't tell me you like Jack.
I do like Jack. Sorry.
Take your nostalgia glasses off for that one and watch it. That movie's.
I mean, look, I don't like Jack either, but I've seen some good reviews for that movie. More bad reviews than good reviews.
What's the nostalgia? It's being nostalgia. What's nostalgia critics?
You guys just don't like heartful movies. It's fine. I get it.
There's a lot of problematic stuff in there.
There's a lot of problematic
He's not acting
stuff.
like a 10-year-old.
Ooh, this is juicy.
So we got Enemy of the State holding over from '98 still hanging in there, and we got Face Off. We'll go to Jonathan first.
Yeah, this is a great double feature here. So Enemy of the State holds up very well. An alternate Christmas movie. It basically centers on the invasion of privacy, technology, surveillance, all that stuff. Will Smith, Gene Hackman, they work very well together. And of course we have John Voight once again, not doing an accent.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack Black.
And Jack Black's in it.
Yes, he's in Enemy of the State. Yes, he is.
He is an Enemy of the State. Yes.
Along with every other young actor from that time, every single one.
Jason Lee's in it.
Jason Lee, Jake Busey, who was in Contacts. So there's another Jake Busey movie. Seth Green, Scott
Pepper.
Kahn. Every young guy that was around that time, is in that movie.
Yes. So, it's really good. Face Off is very good, very fun. Ooh, this is tough. I'll start with this is gonna be heartbreaking for me. I'll go Enemy of the State slightly over Face Off. Slightly.
By the way, I forgot he was in in Face Off, but this is our second John Carroll Lynch movie between this and Volcano. He's in Face Off. He
plays a guard.
Yeah. So I was just scrolling through, seeing if there was any crossovers with Enemy of the State because there's so many damn people in that movie. But I was like, there's got to be one. But no, there's not. This is tricky. Because Enemy of the State is great. I think it's really, really good. I might go with Face Off here. Sometimes if it's close enough, I'll edge it out to the movie with the topic, the '97 movie. So I'll give it to Face Off just for that reason. But that's my only real logic. I think they're both really fun.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, Face Off is one of my favorite, like bonkers Nicolas Cage. I love it, and just having like both of them who are known to be kind of bonkers at acting. That's great. I mean, I know there's been word of a sequel. I hope they kind of don't. I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on that. But an Enemy of the State is great. But yeah, I'm sort of along the lines of Austin here, like where if I like the other one the year it came out, I'll probably tend to go towards that one. So I'll go Face Off. Face Off.
Face Off. Yes, I played that clip the other night. The Face Off thing. It's a good clip. Steven.
Enemy of the State is really good. I do like it a lot. But Face Off is a great concept, a great premise, and I think the movie does a lot with it. And, both Cage and Travolta are awesome in it. And John Woo. So for me, as much as I really like Enemy of the State, it's definitely got to be Face Off.
All right. And Richard.
Yeah, I mean, they're both great movies, but what I loved about Face Off, it's a super darker version of like Freaky Friday, where it's a scary version of it, and I had stakes in that movie. No matter how cheap, I mean, does it hold up as much as Enemy of the State? No, but it's just you root for the hero. you don't want to you root for the villainous too. It was like it's such a good. They had great chemistry, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. So I'm going Face Off.
Yeah, I totally forgot to play this because it would have been appropriate since it's actually in this thing. But
What a predicament!
I forgot to play that.
Yeah, it was for me.
I was like, yeah, I forgot I had the Face Off clip. I should have played that, so that's my bad.
I've got a government job to abuse.
I want to see the
Lonely wife
crossover.
to fuck. Oh, did I just say that? Oh, make love to.
I want to see them crossover now with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Where they actually just do have a surgery to play each other. Yeah. All right, so we got Rocket Man,
I wonder
and
who got that
Starship
through.
Troopers. Rocket Man with Harlan Williams and Starship Troopers, the Paul Verhoeven movie.
I wonder who got Rocket Man.
Yeah, Rocket Man held on for like 2 rounds and got into the championship somehow. So yeah, it had a little bracket there, but I don't have Jordan to advocate for, to help me with this one. So we'll see. Yeah, no, I'm a first. Look, I love Rocket Man and Starship Troopers. I think they're both in my 128. I think they're both great. Again, really entertaining. If you want a stupid, silly movie, but that's actually funny, I advocate for Rocket Man. I've always thought it was kind of underrated. But yeah, Starship Troopers is awesome. And you know what? We don't see it on here that much, actually, as much as you would think. And I think it's really clever and really well written. And I think the CGI holds up too. I think the effects are actually pretty good. And the score, everything. So I'll go Starship Troopers here, just because I don't have Jordan to back me up and even give it a hint, so or a chance. So I'm not even gonna try. So I'll go Starship Troopers. Richie.
Yeah, I really need to get into watching Rocket Man. I do like Howell Williams, and he sort of like has made like a mini comeback as of late with like he's been on Kill Tony a few times. Roasting the guy named David Lucas, who's not. He thinks he's a roast comic. He's not, and he just fucking destroyed him. I love Howell Williams. He's so weird, but so great. But yeah, Starship Troopers is it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of dumb fun. Less to be said about the sequels, but the original is a lot of fun. So I'll go Starship Troopers.
All right, Steven.
I still haven't seen Rocket Man, and I love Starship Troopers, so Starship Troopers.
All right, Richard.
I'm going Starship Troopers, which is funny. When the movie came out, I didn't realize how political it was until I got older. But it's still such a good movie. This is where I kind of this brought back Neil Patrick Harris in a sense. It was such a good film. I love the movie.
It's afraid. It's afraid. All right, Jonathan.
Look, this is lucky for y'all because I haven't seen Rocket Man. So I'm not crazy about Starship Troopers. I'm sorry, I'm just not. And but again, I just need to rewatch it. It has been a long, long time. You get a lucky pass, Starship Troopers.
Would have made through anyway.
And this movie,
We will see. Nothing.
and having met Dina Meyer not that long ago, she is still just as gorgeous now as she was back then.
Yeah, I have a couple of Starship Troopers 8x10s. I've got Jake Busey from Troopers, and I've got Patrick Muldoon from Troopers. Like I've met a few of the cast members. So I haven't met Casper, but I'm sure I'll run into him.
Someone here is not a citizen. That's all I'm saying.
Service guarantees citizenship. All right. So we got Wag the Dog and Rush Hour hanging on from 98. So yeah, Richie, you're back down to you.
That's a cool Rush Hour poster. I'll say that.
Well, it's actually the Blu-ray trilogy poster. I think is what Malcolm pulled because I have that Blu-ray set.
It kind of makes me want to see an animated version of Rush Hour. I forgot they made a failed Rush Hour TV show the last of the season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was bad. But yeah, and usually Rush Hour would do pretty well in most movies because Rush Hour is great. Wag the Dog is great though. I fucking love this movie to bits. It's just it's ahead of its time too. There's quite a few parallels between the president in this one and Trump and but yeah, it's just but it's just very clever. Dustin Hoffman is so good in this movie. But then you have like Woody Harrelson, and just it looks like it's got a fun part in it. And then it's also got just like a low key eclectic cast, just in small bits like Kirsten Dunst in her one of her early roles. It's just a very clever movie, and it's a different role for Robert De Niro at the time. So I'm gonna go Wag the Dog.
And our second Harlan Williams movie in a row because he plays a small part in Wag the Dog.
Oh,
So
yeah.
just wanted to put that up. And yeah, we got a couple of second timers, William H. Macy's and Boogie Nights, and this. Yeah, like I said, Dustin Hoffman was in Mad City, which we saw earlier. De Niro's in this and Jackie Brown. So yeah, a couple of crossovers here.
And
yeah.
Haish.
Yeah, and Haitian Volcano and this. Yeah. But, Steven?
Yeah, I like Rush Hour a lot, but Wag the Dog is, I think, just the better movie. So Wag the Dog.
Okay, Richard.
I'm going Rush Hour. I have not seen Wag the Dog. Rush Hour. I mean, the 90s were the huge buddy cop franchise, but they all hold their own in a way. And I'm going Rush Hour because I haven't seen the other movie.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Jonathan.
Yeah, Rush Hour is really funny, really good. Juntao. But yeah, I did not get a chance to talk about Wag the Dog. It is really good. It is really good. It is really ahead of its time. It's fun, and also it's it's really insane and ironic that it holds up to right now, like regarding its politics, sexual misconducts, and whatever. But it's really well casted as well, and really a really good script. So I'm gonna go Wag the Dog. It's very good.
Yeah, no, this is kind of a similar thing to Face Off and Name of the State because I like both movies, and yeah, I like Rush Hour a lot. It's pretty great. But yeah, I remember watching Wag the Dog for I think year 128, Richie, or something like that, because it was in there, and you pushed me and said I would really like it, and yeah, I did actually watch it, and yeah, it's great. It reminded me a lot of Argo because it's like fake movies and politics and some things, and so it just reminded me a lot of that. And yeah, Dustin Hoffman is so good in this movie. So he's really funny and great, and so I really enjoyed it. So I'll advocate for the 97 one here, and I'll go Wag the Dog as well. So all right, so that'll move on. Going down to we got LA Confidential and Chasing Amy. So okay. Steven. Mm-hmm.
I recently watched Chasing Amy for the first time, and I liked it a lot. But LA Confidential is my second favorite movie of 1997, and in my top 20 of all time. So, yeah, I got to go with LA Confidential.
Mm-hmm. Richard?
I am also going LA Confidential. I like Chasing Amy. Kevin Smith is a great director. I feel like this is my least favorite out of the Kevin Smith films. So, I mean, it doesn't really hold up in a sense. But I'm going LA Confidential. It's a good movie.
Okay. Jonathan?
Yeah, Chasing Amy is very good. Yeah, you're right. It's problematic, but it's very good and insightful, surrounding romance and love triangles, etc. But LA Confidential, I think it's a masterpiece. Yeah. Oh. Oh, no clip. Okay, that's fine. LA Confidential is.
I was looking on screen. Well, there's Chris Masters for you. So,
yeah,
he's always hanging around.
Okay, LA Confidential.
The Master Lock.
Yes.
Okay, LA Confidential is excellent, and this is my pick as the best movie of 1997. I think it's a great crime noir that is very difficult to predict the first time you watch it. Yeah, and it fooled me a couple of times, and an insane cast there. Yeah, I mean, Guy Pearce is also gaining steam for his for award buzz for The Brutalist. Definitely a rising star in this movie. So, LA Confidential gets my vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like Chasing Amy. I like all the kind of 90s Kevin Smith, the View Askew verse. Like, that's one of my favorite memories of my early blockbuster days was like digging into that View Askew stuff and just, kind of discovering how all those movies are connected and all that, just digging into it. So, those movies hold a special place in my heart. But yeah, LA Confidential, man, like I watched it the first time like 2 years ago, and like that movie's like a super banger. That movie's awesome. He's so good, and yeah, everybody's kind of perfectly cast. I think Guy Pearce, this is still my favorite Guy Pearce performance. He's so good. Russell Crowe, you can't go wrong with in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, he's just amazing. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go LA Confidential as well. And Jonathan, I'll echo that it's a masterpiece.
Well, Masters indeed has a magnificent physique.
Oh, by the way, second Danny DeVito.
Yeah, second Danny DeVito, because he's fun and really confidential. He's a lot of in that movie.
Rainmaker.
Richie.
Yeah, I think Chasing Amy is like one of Kevin Smith's best films. I think it's well written, the most well written movie, most sort of poignant movie. It's maybe not the most laugh out loud movie. It's not like that's not the intention. It's I just think, but it's just I think it's just a really really good film. But yeah, L.A. Confidential is fucking great. Guy Pearce is a weird actor, man. Like he'll do like a really memorable performance, then he'll duck out and do an like Australian stuff and just hide out for a bit, do Australian stuff, still do pretty good stuff, and then he'll like come back to Hollywood and then do a really good performance, get some buzz, and go away again. So
and now Russell Crowe is in like I don't give a shit mode right now because he's in like Thor, and then he's in
exorcism movies.
Yeah, the weird exorcism movies that are like one after another, but don't have anything to do with each other. And now Craven, like I don't know what he's doing. He's all
Sleeping
over.
Dogs,
He was good in Land of Bad, though.
Yeah.
He was pretty good in that.
Yeah, he was decent in that movie, but that movie flew under the radar, and I thought I was one of the only people who saw it in the theater. So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go LA Confidential because that movie. It's great.
All right. Well, clean sweep for LA Confidential. All right. Going down to The Edge and Liar Liar. All right. Yeah, very similar movies. So let's go Richard this time.
Funny, I love Jim Carrey. I mean, Liar Liar, believe it or not, it's like very kind of a like original kind of movie. Like, you someone who has to be forced to tell the truth because of their son. It's a really funny movie. I enjoy it. I'm going Liar Liar. It was such a funny premise. It's such an original concept. I think it still holds up.
Yeah. Jonathan?
This is difficult. Okay. Liar Liar is one of my favorite comedies. And it's funny, hilarious. It's hilarious. Great physical presence from Jim Carrey as the lawyer. There's some classic lines like enjoy my wife. But also another underrated performance is Jennifer Tilly. I mean, she's funny and sexy, but also you see the mean side of her and later in the movie, and it's kind of heartbreaking. The Edge is really good. The Edge is a really good creature survival film with Anthony Hopkins. I'm gonna kill the motherfucker. Yeah, that line just stays with me a little bit because you just root for him and Alec Baldwin to just kill the bear. Man, I want to root for The Edge, but I've seen Liar Liar so many times, and I gotta go with Liar Liar on this one.
Yeah, no, it's tricky for me too, Jonathan, because I just put I'm the animal attack, survival guy, and The Edge is really underrated and really good, really badass, and go look up. Bart the Bear has his own IMDb page. For real, go look it up. And he's been in so many movies. He's like a stunt bear in a lot of movies, including this one. So go check that out. But Liar Liar, again, I've owned it since like VHS, and that movie's burned in my brain. And I've always considered it's one of Jim Carrey's funniest movies to this day. So he's great, by the way, in Sonic 3. Saw it today because he plays Robotnik and Robotnik's granddad, and he's really, really funny in that movie. Like, there's some awesome bits in that movie. Go see it. I recommend it. But I'll go Liar Liar.
In your opinion, is it the best of the three?
Best of the three, by far. By far.
Oh, good.
Because I think the first two are just kind of fine. I think they're okay. Like, they're entertaining enough, but I was like, they're okay. This one's really entertaining. Easily the best of the three. I think they've really hit their stride. They hit their stride this time.
Imagine if they kept Sonic's original sprite. How well would that movie's gone?
Oh, the original look, it wouldn't have made it past the first movie. Almost dead. Richie?
Yeah, I defend I'm a big proponent of the Edge as well. I think it's a good movie, really good movie, really good animal type movie. This was also when they tried to make Elle Macpherson like an actress. I'm pretty sure she
was also in Batman and Robin. Remember when she was like Bruce Wayne's girlfriend for like 2 scenes in that movie?
Yeah. But I really dig it. And if it was going up against the other ones, it would probably make it through. But Liar Liar, I think is like Jim Carrey's funniest movie. I've seen this countless times. It's so good. And and yeah, just Jim Carrey's delivery, and then the first time when he went the sort of the the not being able to latex effect, when the delivery of how was that for you? Oh, I've had better. That's so
I've had better.
I've had better.
Yeah.
He
And
realized
it's a great montage of him the next day just being like, I've had better. Better. And just eventually laughing at it like it's really...
And then it gets better with the elevator scene. So
Oh my god!
And then that visual of him like coming, in the car with like full of like full of tickets and admission tickets because he's just being honest with the car. But it's fantastic. I watch it like mostly every year, so I'm gonna go lie.
All right, Steven.
I'll give my vote to The Edge.
No, but it's a really good movie. The Edge is really
That's a good movie. That's a good movie. I would enjoy that, but
I know.
like
I
said,
think
I mean,
versus Jungle to Jungle. That would be more poetic.
I don't
Right, yeah.
I don't necessarily dislike Liar Liar. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring back Jungle Jungle.
Yeah. All right. Going down to The Big Lebowski, also holding over from 98, and Money Talks. So another Chris Tucker, but this time from 97.
I was kind of hoping Money Talks would go up against Rush Hour.
Or it could be Tucker versus Tucker if he goes up against Jackie Brown. So he's got 3 movies in this bracket alone. But Jonathan.
Yeah, I haven't seen Money Talks in a long time. I remember I thought it was just it was okay. Maybe I need to revisit it. But yeah, Chris Tucker really is the scene stealer of this movie. Really just he basically catapulted after Friday, slowly catapulted himself after Friday. So it's fine. The Big Lebowski I really like. I haven't seen Money Talks in a long time, so I'm gonna go with The Big Lebowski here. So yeah.
No, I mean, I've said it on here, made no secret. I'm not a big Lebowski fan. I like some of the character work, I like some of the performances, but it just doesn't come together as a whole movie for me. Money Talks is all right. It's decent Chris Tucker. It's certainly better than The Fifth Element as far as Chris Tucker goes. I think he's at least regular Chris Tucker. In this
I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
I like The Fifth Element a lot, but
I think he's horribly annoying in The Fifth Element. But Money Talks is all right. I like Charlie Sheen in movies, so I'll go Money Talks. I'll go with the 97 one here. Richie?
Yeah, I'm a bit torn because I think Big Lebowski is a bit overrated. I think it's fine, but I don't really get the hype necessarily. Money Talks I've seen once, and I do like, probably back then, like Chris Tucker. I'd watch anything Chris Tucker. I think he's great, and like him and Charlie Sheen got a decent chemistry, but I've only seen it like once. I need to get a rewatch. I might back for Money Talks here as well. I'll go Money Talks.
Okay. Steven?
Still haven't seen Money Talks. I do remember, the one thing I always remember when watching the trailer is, when he calls Heather Locklear fat. Yeah.
PHAT. Yeah.
Pretty hot and tempting.
Right. Yes.
But I haven't seen it, so I'll go with The Big Lebowski.
All right, Richard.
The carpet tied their whole room together. That's all I gotta say. No, I love The Big Lebowski. Is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's the most nonsensical / sensical movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, it doesn't really work together, but it does at the same time. And Donnie's death still hurts me to this day. Big Lebowski, the dude abides.
But I thought Donnie was dead the whole time. Isn't that the fan theory?
Well, I don't know. I like to watch it.
There's a theory that Donnie, the Buscemi character, is a manifestation of John Goodman's imagination because nobody else talks to him.
I don't believe. I mean, he was just such
he's like
his death.
That he's like paranoid schizophrenic with PTSD, and he's constantly just.
I know, but still, he was the most loved character in that film. Like, I would have been okay if John Goodman died in that movie. It's a good film. I'm going Bill Lebowski. I love that movie to death.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. All right, and that is it. So we've got our ones, and we're going to the Elite Eight here. And I think since Sonic is in theaters right now, it'll be appropriate to play that.
go fast.
Oops, I accidentally hit a thing. I didn't mean to do
I
that.
want the
Sorry.
original Sprite.
Sorry.
Bring that back.
Sorry. I did not mean to. I didn't mean to hit that on accident. I clicked it on accident, but we got to actually vote on this one. Sorry, but no, it's Devil's Advocate versus Jackie Brown. Sorry about that. No, we'll vote. I promise. So we'll start with me. You guys know how it works. Speed round it. Let's get it done. I'm up first. I'll go Jackie Brown. Richie.
Jackie Brown.
Okay. Steven.
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate. Richard.
Jackie Brown.
All right, and Jonathan.
Oh well, you know what? My friend De Niro has a better movie than mine, so I'll go Jackie Brown. Hamburger's hot.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Jackie Brown. Going. Oh, by the way, I got to write these down for the Elite Eight. All these movies that are moving on right now. We'll move on to the Elite Eight, so they'll be both in the poll and they will survive to our '96 series. So Jackie Brown will survive, even though we haven't even talked about it that much on the show. All right, we got Scream 2 and Volcano. Richie.
Tough, but I'm gonna go Volcano.
Okay. Steven.
Yeah, these are really close. But yeah, I'll go with Volcano.
Okay. Richard.
Scream 2.
Jonathan.
Scream 2.
Volcano.
That's fine. Actually,
Yeah.
my strategy
Yeah.
paid off actually there. So
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to vote for it every single time. I promise. If it comes up against a great '97 movie, I'll probably.
no,
vote.
but that means that there's one more Scream movie left. So
Yeah. All right. So Men in Black and Titanic. All right. We'll see where this one goes. Yeah, Steven.
Justice for Content. No, I'm kidding. Titanic.
Okay. Richard.
I'm going to rewatchability. Men in Black.
Jonathan.
yeah, just for the impressive achievement alone. I mean, you got to give respect to James Cameron here. So Titanic.
I'll go Titanic, just because it doesn't seem to get very far, because it depends on the panel kind of for Titanic a lot of the times. Some people are haters, some people are not. So I'll go Titanic. Richie?
I hate the way it's shaken out because I think Men in Black should go further, but I have to go Titanic here.
All right.
That's fair. I just went with my honest opinion.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Yeah, Titanic hanging on for the Elite Eight. So that will move on to 96. We got Donnie Brasco and Austin Powers. And we'll go Richard.
Austin Powers.
Okay. Jonathan?
What the fuck? You gonna vote for Austin Powers there? That James Bond imitation bullshit? Fuck. Donnie Brasco. Ha.
Austin Powers. I've seen it more. Richie.
Hey, Caro, what would Al Pacino sound like if he was James Bond? Austin Powers.
Or if it was Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Actually.
Oh,
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Not the ass.
Steven.
Closer than you would think, but I'm still going to go with Donnie Brasco.
All right, so it's a close
I
one.
owe you guys
Powers,
$1 billion.
All right, so sorry, Caro. All the Pacinos are gone.
Thank
we apologize. It's all gone.
Thank God.
No more Pacino. Yes. All right, I gotta write that one down. Austin Powers. Okay, so
No
Jackie
De Niro?
Brown. What's that?
No De Niro impression?
De Niro,
Well, it's funny if you do De Niro and Jackie Brown, he's like doesn't say anything. He's like completely. It's his quietest performance he's ever done. He like doesn't talk.
It's a good thing it wasn't Jack and
Oh,
The only
Jill.
thing I got for Jackie Brown is when he's just talking after he shoots Bridget Fonda and Sam Jack's talking. He's just like, yeah, you know,
Steven.
I shot her. I shot her.
Steven.
You know, I shot her.
Steven.
Yeah.
who's Beaumont?
All right,
Hold on.
Boogie Nights and The Game on the other side. So Fincher versus PTA. That's a good director matchup. Jonathan?
You know what? I love Boogie Nights, but we gave it the win. So I'm going to go with The Game here.
I'm gonna also go to The Game. I think it's in my 128. Richie?
It's all about the game and how you play.
Hmm.
The
Your
game.
vote is The Game? Okay, just make sure. You weren't just making a joke and then voting for Boogie Nights. Steven?
Yeah, the game's actually in my top 10 of 97, so the game.
Richard?
I would have gone Boogie Nights because it took out Jungle in the Jungle, and I have to appreciate the victor of that. Just saying.
All right. All right, but the game moves on. But for anybody watching, Boogie Nights did win our part 2. So it did win this week, did win a tournament. So it got its flowers at least, but it won't hang on, but it won a tournament. So there you go. But the game hanging on for Fincher. We've got Face Off and Starship Troopers. So Verhoeven and John on this one. This is probably the hardest one so far, just for me. I'm fine with either one. I'm going to slightly go Starship Troopers. Richie?
Face Off.
Okay. Steven?
Oh man, yeah, this is really tough, but I have to go with Face Off.
Yeah.
Richard?
I know I am going Starship Troopers because in this film the deaths mean a lot more than Face Off deaths did. So Starship Troopers, and I know
All
Face
right.
Off's going to win because he hates that movie.
No, I did not say hate. I did not say hate.
He's just not in the big fan camp, I guess, right?
Yeah, and also it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I need to rewatch it. It's been like 20 years for me. So,
all right, so Face Off. Okay, Face Off. I'm gonna hang on. All right, so Face Off. Moving on to the 8. All right, and going down to Wag the Dog and L.A. Confidential. So that's a good matchup. Yeah, two really good movies. Yeah, both deserve to move on, but we'll see what happens here. Richie.
Flat Monta. You know what does that have to know? Wag the Dog.
Okay. Steven.
I love Wag the Dog, but I have to go with LA Confidential.
All right. Richard.
Haven't seen Wag the Dog, LA Confidential.
Jonathan.
LA Confidential.
Yeah, I got to go LA Confidential here. So, but I do recommend if you haven't seen Wag the Dog, check it out. It's very good.
Yeah.
So yes. All right, but yeah, a tough matchup there, but it is what it is. LA Confidential. All right, we got Liar Liar and the Big Lebowski, little comedy matchup for the final one here. Steven.
Big Lebowski.
Okay. Richard.
I love the Big Lebowski, but I love watching Liar Liar more. Liar Liar.
All right. John.
Mama. Liar Liar.
That scene should not be as funny as it is. I'll say that.
I know. It works. I mean, look at the bloopers. Check out the bloopers.
Yeah.
Overactor Jezebel. Yeah, when he breaks. Oh, it's great. Liar Liar. Richie.
Liar.
It's just such a childish and immature scene, and yet it's still so funny.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, in your bra. Some good stuff there. All right, so our Elite 8, hanging on to the 96ers just before we get to the winners of this one and keep going. We got Jackie Brown, so a little Tarantino. We got Volcano of all things, so a 90s disaster movie. We got Titanic, the other disaster movie, but the Best Picture winner. We got Austin Powers, the kind of a spoof movie. We got David Fincher's Underrated, The Game. We got John Woo, Face Off, maybe his best American movie, arguably. LA Confidential, another banger from that year, and one of Jim Carrey's best movies, The Liar Liar. So really interesting Elite 8. So all over the place. I like it.
Yeah, two Best Picture.
Yeah, two kind of prestige movies, and then a lot of really cool stuff in between.
Jackie Brown's another one there.
Yeah. So we got a good mix of stuff here. So I like it. All right, but we'll see what makes it to the finish line here. Richard, we're gonna do Jackie Brown and Volcano.
Jackie Brown.
Okay. All right, Jonathan.
Jackie Brown.
I never thought in my lifetime Volcano would win a tournament, which it did on Friday, so I'm perfectly happy about that. And this time I'll go Jackie Brown because it's really good, and I'm a Tarantino guy. Richie?
Yeah, Jackie Brown.
All right, and Steven?
I'll go with Volcano.
Okay, no, fair enough. But yeah, I'm going to stick with that. All right, so Jackie Brown into the final 4, Titanic and Austin Powers. Jonathan. I feel like this is kind of also a like an only on tournament fight situation. But Jonathan.
Titanic.
Yeah, I'll go Titanic here. Richie.
Titanic.
Okay. Steven.
It's the king of the world, Titanic.
All right, and Richard.
I mean, better film is Titanic, but I mean, Rewatchability is Austin Powers, but I'll go Titanic. It's the better film.
You have no idea how many times I've seen Titanic.
All right, Titanic into the final four. On the other side, we got The Game and Face Off. So yeah, kind of Woo and Fincher. So it's good stuff. Ones that don't come up on tournament fights a lot. I'm going first. I'm sticking with The Game just because again that's one I've always kind of advocated for and recommended to people. Richie,
Face Off.
Face Off. Steven?
This one is the hardest one for me so far. Yeah, I'll go with The Game. It's really close, but The Game.
Richard?
I will make it interesting because I feel like the most invested movie out of the two is Face Off. Face Off.
Okay. All right, Mr. Caro, come to you.
Why? Okay. Yeah, this is tough. I get the tough matchups. Both really good, but I see Face Off a little more than The Game. But Face Off.
All right, so Face Off into the final four, which I believe was in the final four of the championship the other night or the finals. So it's hanging in there. We got LA Confidential and Liar Liar. Richie.
Never thought I'd be comparing these two movies, but
yeah, right. Only on tournament fights, Richie, right? That's right.
I love them for different reasons. I guess I'm gonna reach watchability, go Liar Liar, but I think I was going.
Okay, Steven?
I mean, I've seen LA Confidential a million times, so it's rewatchable for me. And it's one of my favorite movies of all time, LA Confidential.
All right, Richard?
We've seen movies like it's a great film. We see movies like LA Confidential all the time. We have not seen a movie like Liar Liar, the concept of it. I'm going Liar Liar. Great comedy.
Okay. Jonathan?
LA Confidential.
Yeah, this is a tricky one, but I'm going to go with the movie that never seems to get a fair shake on tournament fights when it has popped up 2 or 3 times where it has, as opposed to Liar Liar gets put through a lot. I'm going to go LA Confidential and put it through to the final four. So, because I think it's one of the best movies of that year for sure. All right, so again, another interesting mix. We got Tarantino, we got some Woo, we got a Noir, and we got Titanic. So, all right, left side, we got a tricky matchup here as well. Jackie Brown and Titanic. Cameron versus Tarantino. Steven.
Titanic.
Richard.
Titanic.
Jonathan.
I think I know where this is going. Titanic.
I might have given a slight edge to Jackie Brown just because it's like pretty high on my Tarantino rankings, and I think it's really underrated, and it just doesn't show up a lot. So I would have given it a vote just for that reason. But Richie,
yeah, I would have probably given a slight edge to Jackie Brown as well.
Okay, but 3-2 for Titanic. I'm not mad about Titanic going through. It's great. I am not a Titanic hater. I'm fine with that. So yes. All right. So Titanic into the finals, which I believe it was the other night as well against Volcano. So it's got another shot here. We'll see what happens. We got Face Off and LA Confidential. Richard.
Face Off.
Face Off. Jonathan.
LA Confidential.
I'm gonna go LA Confidential. Richie.
Face Off.
Steven.
LA Confidential.
LA Confidential. All right, hanging on.
Boy.
So, man, I got a nice prestigious matchup here.
This is
good.
a great,
This is a great, like, true, like, best of 97 kind of matchup here. This is good stuff for the finals.
My number
Yeah.
two
Number 1
and
versus my
4.
number 3 or 4.
And was LA Confidential nominated for Best Picture that year
Yes.
as well?
Yes, it was.
All right,
Yeah.
so it is a legitimate Best Picture showdown here. So maybe some people might advocate it for LA Confidential to win. We'll see.
From
all right.
LA.
Yeah. Jonathan, kick us off, man. Titanic and LA Confidential.
This is seemingly difficult. I love Titanic. I rewatch it a lot. But LA Confidential showed up in my top 64. So LA Confidential. And it's Christmas. Come on, it's near Christmas.
Yeah.
Late Christmas.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. No.
It's a Christmas adjacent movie. LA Confidential, yeah, it was so good. Like the first 2 times I watched it, that it made my after the 128. Because I'm not gonna put it in there just yet. You know, I gotta watch it at least, you know, a certain amount of times. But yeah, again, this is the closest it's ever gotten, and I'm gonna see if we can get over the finish line. LA Confidential. Richie.
I appreciate that, but still Titanic.
No, sorry, I don't mind either one winning. We'll see what happens. Steven?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jonathan, but I don't remember seeing LA Confidential on your um, non-Christmas movies that have a Christmas theme in it tournament.
I threw it away. I think it showed up, but I threw it away.
But Titanic is the even greater technical achievement. But LA Confidential, I think, is overall the better movie, and probably should have won Best Picture. So LA Confidential.
All right, Richard.
I would have gone Titanic. Leo can't do no wrong.
So it is split for the finals, but LA Confidential takes down Titanic and takes down the Best Picture winner. So there we go. Finally gets it over the finish line.
It should have been Jungle to
Certainly
Jungle.
so.
That's all I'm saying.
No. All right. But no, a good final there and a good Elite Eight, good Final Four. And legitimately two of the best of '97 going head to toe.
Yeah, it was such a good. It was a hard matchup.
So I think Titanic will win a tournament eventually. It's going to pop up, a lot of times. I always just try to get LA Confidential because it just doesn't come up a lot. And having it win a '97 tournament I thought was pretty appropriate. As long as you have the right panel. Again, you got to have the right panel for LA Confidential too.
Yeah,
like it could be one of those. But all right, well, nicely done to LA Confidential taking down Titanic, and that's going to do it. So I'll have to scramble off screen to maybe at least just pull a trailer or something. Just a trailer. Like I can't pull like scenes to start watching scenes because I'm trying to do the plugs here as well myself. But I'll do the best I can. So we'll go around the horn and get those plugs. So Richie, Woody, unfortunately Jordan's not here, so I'll try to spin the wheel of movies, Richie off screen, and let me know what he picks. He was going to screen record a wheel spin at his house and then like just send it to me and I could play it on the show. But I don't have that in front of me, or I don't know if he did it. So sorry. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what we're doing.
Yeah. So like I said, wheel movies. What most recent one we did was V for Vendetta with Wolfman. So that that was fun to do. Fun to rewatch, and we also did Lonely Marks where we had guest JB3 on just talking the best wrestlers of the 2020s so far. And that was fun. That was a fun discussion. And other than that, sort of, probably not a lot on the docket at the moment because things are just sort of chilling out for Christmas. But I'll be back doing sort of trivia here and there with Why We Love Horror and all that jazz. JPO's channel, and like ASAP, the list, and whatnot. So you can find me there.
All right. Steven, anything you want to plug? Anything you got going on?
I think the next time you'll see me here might not be until '96, which I know won't be until February.
Yeah, I'll talk about that. We will get back to it, but you won't see another older ladder series for a little while. But anything else, or are you good?
That's all I got.
All right, cool. Richard, anything else there?
I'm still here in LA, working my job at the grocery store. Always happy to come here to do these type of rakums. And it's always a pleasure when I always work beside Richie because we're always together no matter what. So I'm here happy to good times.
Yeah, for sure. And I was going to go to Jonathan. Hopefully he doesn't run too far away.
No, I'm here.
But all right, anything you want to plug real quick, Jonathan, while you're off screen there?
Okay,
Are you pulling LA Confidential off your shelf?
No, it was my dog.
Okay.
Right there in the back. No, it was a surprise just being here tonight. One more time this year, and
at least you're a surprise for a movie you really like and won the tournament tonight. So there you go, and you kind of helped put it through. So
nice. It was a very tough matchup, by the way. That was very tough. You can follow me on social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky Threads, and different variations of Cynic Caro. Just now that I'm completely off, I'm going to catch up on 2024 movies. This will be a lot to get to. There's a few documentaries, other movies coming up. I think I saw that Juror number 2 just came out on Max.
Oh
So,
yeah, it dropped on it said the 20th, right? So today, so yeah, I'll have to check it out this weekend. Yeah, for sure. I want to see that one.
Yeah,
I'm
that
rewatching
one.
Elf.
That one, and then there's other movies in theaters like Sonic, and I don't know if I'll watch Mufasa. I'll be honest, but
I
Yeah,
feel like
I don't know.
let's just say I'm not going to be in a hurry. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Wicked. Haven't seen that yet.
I heard mixed things.
I think everybody's underestimating Sonic at the box office this weekend. I think it's going to stomp Mufasa at least here. I don't know about overseas. Overseas, they go for shit like Mufasa, but
But
I
didn't
don't
the
know.
Lion King remake make like $1 billion?
I have no
That's-
interest
that's
in
what I
True, but a lot of
mean,
people
but
did not love that movie.
I'm not feeling the hype for the
Love.
movie, and I
Not
think
feeling
Sonic.
love.
I think the Sonic franchise hype has built and built and built with the movies, and each one has made more money than the last one. And I
Nobody
think it's going to
loved-
surprise people.
Nobody loved the remake either.
I- look,
still made $1 billion.
I don't know what the estimates are right now. I'm calling it. I think Sonic can make $100 million this
Yeah,
weekend.
exactly.
Maybe lower, but yeah.
Or maybe not that quiet, but I mean, I think it could get close. I think people are underestimating it, and I think the fandom for that movie has built. So maybe not 100, maybe 80 or something. I think it's going to do very, very well.
I can't remember, but I don't know what competition Lion King had against it when
It was 2019, right? So I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but yeah, I mean, Mufasa comes out here like a week before, like the Sonic comes out here next week, so that might help it here, but I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know how we'll catch up to it. This year, maybe next year. But hopefully to catch up on other Oscar award stuff. Like A Complete Unknown and other stuff like that. Hopefully the Brutalist comes in my area because I really want to watch that.
It doesn't come out yet in January.
They're looking at right now. The estimates are 70 million maybe for Sonic, but they're saying it could be higher when the weekend plays out. I think it could go higher than that. I think it could go 80 or 90. That's what I'm just saying. I think it's going to beat Mufasa this weekend. Like I think people are underestimating Sonic.
There's a reason they've already agreed a fourth one.
Yeah, because they're looking at the projections and going like, yeah,
Yeah. Like Paramount is like, yeah, money.
Yeah, we got it.
So no, but yeah, that's it for me this year now. I mean, obviously I don't think y'all have a show on Tuesday, Christmas Eve.
No, we do not. I'll talk about that.
So again, oh no, I'll be back next month though. I talked to Jordan and I'll probably be on the Coppola Reitman show, that episode, maybe.
And then we'll have one or two of those the 2024.
Yeah, I will be on one of those.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a weird year, I'll be honest. Just I don't know. So yeah, and that's it for now. I'm just talking to him about future shows. We'll see. But again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones, and be safe out there. And I bid y'all a prosperous New Year for 2025.
Yeah, and thanks again for filling in tonight on Last Minute. Appreciate it. So thanks for being here. I'll just throw out some stuff for the Movie Hero Network. Richie talked about Lonely Mars, Wheel of Movies, all the stuff I do with him. So you can look out for that. But yeah, as far as the actual Movie Hero Network channel, I will dive into a little bit of January because I think we are getting to the end of the year and we do have some really fun stuff planned for January in addition to tournament fights, which I'll throw out there. So we do have our championship holiday tournament, so which will be the 27th. That'll be after Christmas. Yeah, we're taking a good chunk of next week off to let everybody celebrate the holiday and do their thing. And then we will have our most anticipated movies of 2025. That's always a really fun, unique show that we do, is a tournament fight of just anticipating the next year's movies. And kind of it's fun for you guys if you want to tune in and kind of, if you don't know all the stuff that's coming out, watch our tournament and watch us to see which ones we're hyped up for. And you can get a little preview of the year and have some fun with the tournament as well. So you can tune in for that. We'll be doing Dan Skip Allen's 128 in there near the beginning of the year. And then, pretty much mid-January, we're going to really wrap up the recap shows that we're going to be doing for 2024. So we will have our 3-part best of 2024, kind of ladder series style tournament. We'll have that, and we're going to have 3 different podcasts as well. Podcast League now will be coming back. Richie will be on some of those, JPO, Wolfman, those guys. Yeah. So we're going to build up to it. So what we're going to do is, we're going to have one every week starting in mid-January. We will start with our worst of 2024 show. So we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So me and JPO and Richie, so those guys, we have fun with that just because, we see a lot of stuff and I'm fascinated by bad movies. So we have fun with that show. So we'll do a podcast of that, what you can avoid. And the week after that, we'll do our kind of underrated or honorable mentions type podcast. So we'll do sort of like a 12 after the top 12 sort of show, just other movies we want to shout out from the year that are out just outside our top 12. So we'll be doing a podcast about that. And then, of course, we will build up after the tournament. We will come back with the podcast league now and do our official top 12 roundtable show to kind of round out the festivities. So that's what we're going to be doing. It should be a lot of fun. So y'all tune in, catch up on what you need to catch up on, or if you need some recommendations, definitely tune in for those shows, and we'll talk about 2024 as we wrap it up here now. But as far as tonight goes, this will be the last one before Christmas. So please, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody out there, and thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your time with your family and have a great time. But that'll do it for us here on the Movie Hero Network till after Christmas. So we'll wrap it up there. So for Richie, for Steven Shepard, for Richard Schwartz, for Jonathan Caro filling in last minute, thanks again. I have been your guest host, Austin Pez Howell, tonight. Shout out to Jordan, having fun with families. But we'll see you guys next time.
What'll it be then?
I was thinking Detective Bureau.
Would you be willing to plant corroborative evidence on a suspect you knew to be guilty?
Come on, let's go. No.
Would you be willing to beat a confession out of a suspect?
No.
Would you be willing to shoot a hardened criminal in the back?
No.
Then, for the love of God, don't be a detective.
The Night Owl Massacre. 6 victims. One of them, one of our own. This is a heinous crime that requires swift resolution. Interrogations will be led by Lieutenant Emma Nexley.
How's it gonna look in your report? It'll look like justice. That's what the man got.
There's something wrong with the Night Owl. I just can't prove it.
I never heard of the Night Owl till today.
I didn't kill nobody!
Why in the world do you want to go digging any deeper into the Night Owl killings, Lieutenant?
It was supposed to be about justice.
How about some payback, big time?
I just want to solve this thing.
Even if it means paying the consequences.